Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. On this channel I speak about perfumes, so if this is something that you're into, then please subscribe. And today I would like to speak about my favorite tuberose fragrances. So when I just started my fragrance journey, I did not realize that I do actually like tuberose. I always heard that it's like a very mature note and it's very controversial and a lot of people don't like it, and I feel like I have projected other people's feelings on myself, and I also thought that I don't like it because I have encountered fragrances with very intense tuberose, and I was like, okay, no, that's not for me. But then as I started testing more and more fragrances and actually wearing them throughout the day, I realized that there are a lot of tuberose fragrances that I like and that I gravitate towards and that are really pleasant to my nose. So now I have a bunch actually, and I want to share them with you guys. So maybe you also can change your opinion on tuberose, and maybe you can find and discover some scents that have the notes of tuberose in them. And I would like to start with the only full bottle of tuberose fragrance that I have, and it's Quatro Pizzi. So this is a very good tuberose fragrance. Like, it smells very similar to Rouge Malachite. Like, honestly, I think it's almost identical. Like, Rouge Malachite just does not have the tobacco note, and this one has. And maybe this one is slightly more green and aromatic, and Rouge Malachite is like more floral and more kind of soft and feminine. But overall, like, for sure you don't have to have two of them because they are almost identical. Like, I smelled them side by side, I tested them side by side, and they smell almost identical. So they are really similar. There's no point of having two of them. But if you like one and you might like another, basically give them both a chance and choose which one you like more. So in the beginning of this fragrance, I smelled lots of tuberose, and it's pretty green tuberose, and then Davana and pink pepper. Like, it's pretty spicy in the opening, and when I first tried it, I was like, I was kind of confused. Like, I was expecting something more creamy and sweet, but it was more green and spicy. But then it quickly dries down to like more creamy tuberose. There's also a note of coconut and tobacco, and I really like this mix. It's very unique. Like, I haven't smelled anything like that before except the Rouge Malachite, but it doesn't have the tobacco. Anyway, so I really like the combination. To me, this one is a very summery perfume. Like, I do not wear it at the moment because to me it's like very summery. It's only for summer, and it makes me, want to go outside, do things, and just be like outside. It's very much like an outdoor type of fragrance, maybe like a beach, maybe you're sitting somewhere drinking like a summer type of cocktail. It's very much like an outside fragrance. I don't want to wear it inside. Like, I wanted to breathe, and this was actually, I think, a first fragrance I have received compliments on. I do not spray a lot. Like, I spray very little, and I think a lot of people like cannot smell me. That's why they don't compliment. At least I hope so. At least I hope I don't smell bad. But yes, the girl that I know, my friend, she told me that I smell really good, and she told me that I smell like a very nice coconut. Like, it was very nice compliment, because to my nose this is mostly tuberose, but as you can tell, like, when it's projecting to others, they also can smell other notes, and she smelled coconut, which I thought was really nice. So the combination of tuberose, tobacco, and coconut is really nice, really summery, very uplifting and outgoing and outdoorsy. So I suggest that if you're looking for summery tuberose fragrance, you give this a chance. It's really good. I love it. And the next perfume is Sun by Diptyque, and it's Eau de Toilette. I haven't tried the perfume version, but I think this one is the most popular, and also they have it in a set, so that's why I have this version. But to me, it's a very simple and green tuberose scent. It's also like mostly appropriate for summer. I imagine like summer, spring, when wearing it. It's very light, very feminine, very elegant. It's very classic in my opinion. Like, I feel like it's pretty safe tuberose fragrance because it's not super heady, it's not super intense, it's not overpowering. Like, I feel like Quatro Pizzi might be polarizing, but this is like pretty simple, but it's very good. I like it a lot. It's like tuberose mixed with something green, and the green notes here are also pretty prominent, and they intertwine with tuberose pretty nicely. So I like it a lot, and I think that this fragrance, it's a good entrance to tuberose scents, because this one is the most like easily understood, I think, out of all of them. And the next is Because I'm Free by Gritty, and I really love this scent. This was one of the first tuberose fragrances that I smelled and I actually liked. So this was almost like an entrance to tuberose fragrances for me, and I really appreciate this fragrance for that, because it taught me that I can like tuberose, and I do like tuberose. It just has to be like something specific. So in the opening of this fragrance, I smell tuberose, candied fruits, and petitgrain. So it's very like floral in the opening and kind of sweet because of the candied fruits. It's almost like a little bit of like powdery, dusty, like, you know, the candied fruits, they have like this like powderiness, dustiness about them. This is the smell that I get, and there's also like a note of petitgrain that makes this fragrance more green, and it gives it like air and freshness, and it doesn't let it become too cloying and too sweet. There's also a note of banana flower, which I don't really know if I pick it up. Like I pick up kind of some kind of banana smell, but there's a banana flower, so I'm not sure if I'm picking up the right thing. But in the dry down, it's where the magic happens. There's a caramel, vanilla, and amber, and I really like it because it starts off pretty floral and green and slightly sweet, but then as it dries down, it transforms a lot and it evolves a lot, and it dries down to the most beautiful caramelly vanilla type of scent with tuberose in the background. I really love it, especially like I love the opening, but I also really love the dry down. It's very like caramelly and creamy, and I just love it. I think it's good, and I think it's good for all seasons. I think it's pretty appropriate for fall and winter if you want to wear something floral in these seasons. And the next scent is Camelia K by LK. And this one also is really good tuberose scent. It opens up with tuberose, ginger, dragon fruit, and blood orange. Like it's very much zesty, citrusy, fruity in the opening, and tuberose is kind of like in the background. It's like fruity floral, and as it starts to dry down, the more tuberose starts to come out, and kind of the citrus note and ginger, it kind of fades away because those notes are usually the first ones to go, and it turns into very nice creamy tuberose type of scent, and it's kind of like bubblegummy tuberose, which I really like. It smells pretty unique, and it smells also very like uplifting, fresh, sweet, feminine. I think it's a very good scent for date night. If this is something that you're looking for, give Camelia K a try. And now we're getting into creamy territory. So all the fragrances that I have discussed up to this point, they are kind of tuberosy, bubblegummy, like green, aromatic, you know, there are all these qualities about them, but they're not super creamy. They're not like gardenia and jasmine and tuberose together. They're not like that. But the next two that I'm gonna discuss, they are like that. And so the next scent I want to discuss is Love Tuberose by Amouage, and this is a very creamy tuberose scent. Like in the opening, I smell a lot of tuberose, I smell gardenia and jasmine. It smells very creamy. It is kind of like combination of jasmine and gardenia. It gives me like a sense of maybe like a hand cream or lotion, some kind of cosmetic, you know, very much like a lotion type of smell, very luxurious, very expensive type of lotion. And I think it's a very good wedding scent. It smells slightly more mature than the rest of the fragrances I've discussed, but it's still not like anything too mature, anything too old-fashioned to my nose. It's just like more grown up to me, and it's very good wedding scent in my opinion. And as it starts to dry down, I smell vanilla, and also there is a note of whipped cream, which is very interesting. Like it just smells kind of like a tuberose ice cream, I don't know, but I really do pick up on the whipped cream and vanilla, and I think that's what actually makes this fragrance so creamy and so creamy. Yeah, I just don't really know what other word I can say to describe this scent, but it's really nice. And if you're looking for something less green, less floral, less aromatic, kind of like less bubblegummy, you want something more creamy, then give Love Tuberose by Amouage a chance. And the last perfume I want to talk about is Tubereuse Imperiale by BDK, and this one is the most creamy out of all the scents for sure. Like it's super creamy. It starts off with something slightly spicy, like there's I think a geranium note, and I can definitely pick up on that, but it quickly dries down to like tuberose, ylang ylang, and jasmine, and then in the dry down there's vanilla, benzoin, patchouli. Like it's pretty green in the opening almost, but it dries down to like tuberose and jasmine and ylang ylang. So it has this like yellow floral quality to it that makes it very kind of creamy and very, I don't know, also like beachy, like summery, but it is quite heavy. It doesn't have a lot of air, like it's not very airy, it's not the fragrance that like kind of lets you breathe. No, it like sticks to you, and it's very dense. and there's something like oily about it, which I think ylang ylang often gives me this like kind of oily quality. It makes me think of something oily, so I do like it, but it's not super wearable for me. I tried wearing it and it's just too intense. It's too much in my face and too heavy for me. But I think if you don't mind it, and if you like something more dense, intense, you know, like very dense kind of tuberose with ylang ylang in it, then I think you might like it and give it a chance. So that was my review of the tuberose scents that I like and that I wear, and I really hope that you guys were able to discover some new scents for you, and maybe you're gonna find a tuberose scent that you like from my little lineup here. I really hope that you liked this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!